Warning, Homie Circle is completely for fun and there is nothing to be taken absolutely seriously here. We are just spitballing ideas. We're just having fun with talking about theories and anything going on in here. Also, manga spoilers for Attack on Titan, its newest episodes, and manga spoilers for Demon Slayer as well in here because we do talk about it a little bit later on in the video. Please enjoy. The Attack on Titan anime coming close to an end in a few weeks now. I thought I'd throw in my hat into the theory abyss that is every crazy actual theory going on out there. And I thought I'd do this in the form of a new series. Welcome to Homie Circle, where we're gonna spitball ideas. We're gonna kind of throw some backing up behind it and just see what we think about it. We can discuss it in the comments. We can discuss it in another video. We can go on from there. But the first one we're gonna do is Attack on Titan and its ending, or with some of the theories we're gonna look at here, multiple endings. So let's go ahead and jump into it with the first theory, my personal theory, the time loop. I, for one, personally think that the time loop theory is actually pretty close to real. There's some evidence, kind of, in a way, I'm going to get to it later, to point out that they are in an actual time loop of this disaster that is the Titan race, or the Titan shifters, and they're just going through this in eternity. Episode 78, Two Brothers, was the first time we actually go into the Tree of Life area, I guess, of the founding Titan's blood. And Eren and Zeke have this conversation, and Zeke kind of mentions that we might live through this for eternity. And that's kind of a major hint, I want to say, kind of the bigger hint in the series, where you can see that maybe they're in a time loop. And he just kind of saw that, and he doesn't really want to return to that. And neither does Eren, because the main backing I have for this theory is that back in whatever episode, I think it was season 2, I think whatever episode where they had the ceremony and Eren kisses Sora's hand and we see a bunch of Grisha Jaeger flashbacks. I think the ones we didn't see was Eren going into that Tree of Life area for the first time, and that's where he witnesses that it's a time loop. And you'll notice that is also a time where Eren's character changes dramatically, because we start getting the season 3 and the season 4 Eren that is cold-hearted and just is ready to kill anybody and will do whatever it takes. And it goes into another theory that Eren's playing, you know, a character for this to get his plan done, which also ties in to the time loop theory, because there's a lot of parts where you can see Eren's character kind of crack through that character he's playing, like in the famous mirror scene in the prison where he just says, "Not that guy." That's old Eren, old Eren, kind of shining through, telling this character he's playing to keep going, to stick with this plan. But it kind of works in different ways, because you see there was an initial shock when Eren is told that Sasha is killed. He has this initial kind of shock. He has this kind of like, oh damn. I forgot to add in that when Eren asked Connie Sasha's final words and Connie said meet, Eren started laughing, because deep down that is Eren's friend, and he, you know, was hurt that she had to die. But he laughs because that was in her character. That was just who Sasha was, and he laughed because she went out being herself. And that's something he was probably jealous about. And I think the way he sees the time loop is that he sees the end-all be-all of what's happening in this time loop. He sees that the Titan race goes through this curse and goes through this turmoil for eternity. Just like Zeke said, they're gonna go through this for eternity. They're gonna go through hell for eternity. And he decided from that moment that he was gonna end it. So he puts on this character because he knows the timeline of events. He knows the start and he knows the end of the event. He does not know here in between. So he knows, let's say, that Marley is going to go through with the Paradise Invasion, and he knows that if he invades and kills everybody in Marley, he can go through with his plan. He does not know in between. He does not know that in between of invading Marley, Sasha will die. He does not know these in-betweens. He just knows what to do, and he knows what he'll get. And that's how he determines his plans to save Paradise, kill people, kill people, end loop. He knows how to end the time loop. And he's putting on this character to push away his friends because he's doing this to save his friends. He's, in a way, still the same season 1 and beginning of season 2 Eren that is this, you know, naive, stubborn kid who just wants the best for people around him. And that's why there's that initial shock when Sasha dies, because Sasha was a friend he made when he was still that person. And so that was a person close to him, and he has this small reaction, but immediately he puts himself back into character. It's a thing that kind of shows throughout the series. I'm gonna have to remember some more. Like when we go towards the end, this is the manga ending spoiler, which we're gonna get into another theory later for about the endings. But in the manga ending, when Eren becomes the actual founding titan, he starts the rumbling. He is flattening the earth. He believes that killing everybody except for in paradise stops the loop. So he decides that's it. That's the stubborn part of his old character, that is what he has to do. And he's been that stubborn character every time, because a lot of the times he goes through with his plan. You can see it when, what is that lady's name? I forget her name, the Armin lookalike, but her and Zeke proposed the euthanization plan to just kill all the Eldians, and just get rid of paradise technically entirely, and all the Titan stuff can stop. And in face value, he says, okay, yeah, that's what we're gonna do, so he can actually continue with his plan. And that's why in the episode Two Brothers, you see that he thinks he's in the clear, and he tells Zeke, I'm not doing that. I'm doing my plan. I'm doing Eren's plan, the plan that he came up with in that moment when he saw the tree for the first time and he saw the loop. And Mikasa and Armin come in and they talk to Eren somehow. They convince Eren that that's not what to do, because in his stubborn ways, a lot of times in stubborn ways, Mikasa and Eren were the ones to, you know, snap him out of it and talk some sense into him. And that's exactly what they did at the end, and that's exactly what happens. Eren decides, all right, we're just gonna go with the plan that, you know, Titans didn't happen, or Titans can't reproduce, and Armin and Mikasa are going to be the heroes, and they're going to be renowned. And that's when you see in the memory world that Eren breaks down, and it's the scene everybody hates in the ending, but it makes a lot of sense that Eren breaks down and starts crying and says, you know, like, I loved Mikasa, I really wanted to be with her, because that's who he was in the first season. He doesn't show it a lot, but he loved Mikasa, probably wanted to marry her, just like he says in that moment that everybody doesn't like. But it shows Eren going back to who he was. And I get why people don't like it, because a lot of people didn't like season 1 and 2 and season 1 and 2 Eren Yeager, because he was this child. He was actually a child in childish ways, but he stays like that. He really stays like that. He just puts on a different persona. He puts on this anti-hero, war criminal persona, and people like that one a lot more, but he is still in the same stubborn, naive, childish ways that he has been since the show started. And it's a really good full circle that you see Eren was actually his same character all along. But that's really what I have as a majority as my time loop theory. It's mostly based in that Historia contact scene. He saw the tree of life, saw that everything was a loop for the Titan race, and decided to change his upfront character to come with a plan. And in the end, you see that he's been himself the whole time. And I think it's kind of holds true, because when we talk about these other theories, they kind of help. They kind of help me a little bit. So let's go ahead and go to the other ones. So the other theory was that with the way the anime started and the way the manga started, they were completely different. And I don't mean completely different in like entirely different scenes. There's only a small part that's different, where Mikasa wakes up Eren. I believe in the manga he has a nightmare, or the anime he has a nightmare, but it's flipped in the other one. So if he has a nightmare in the manga, he's having this pleasant dream in the anime, and vice versa. Either way, he's waking up from a different dream in the anime and the manga. And the thing that can kind of help that is that that's the trigger of him waking up in a different reality or a different loop. And that can kind of go into the time loop, but that can also go into the other theory, that is that this manga or series is doing 3 endings. And the way they're doing 3 endings is Isayama, I forget what game they said he was a fan of in an interview, but it was a game that has 3 separate endings, and it's kind of mirroring that in what he's doing in Attack on Titan. And the 3 endings we could be looking at is the rumbling actually working, which is something that was stopped by Mikasa and Eren. The one we got in the manga, which is he goes with the I don't think it's the euthanization plan, but it's like the spade and neutering plan, where Titans can't reproduce anymore. Titan shifters and Titan race Eldians can't shift anymore. And this anime ending that we're getting soon, which my second theory of the anime ending kind of goes into the time loop theory, and it's kind of a breaking of the time loop. It kind of goes with what Eren was trying to do in breaking the time loop, because if every time Mikasa wakes up Eren with the "Hey Eren" line, the newest timeline we can get is that Eren does stop the whole plan. He stops the rumbling, and we get a Demon Slayer manga-esque ending where we jump forward in generations, and we get another black screen of "Hey Eren," and it's Eren, an ancestor of Eren in the future, where we live in the Attack on Titan high school spin-off little chapters that Isayama would do at the end of some manga chapters, where we wake up in that universe and it is generations after Attack on Titan. Just like Demon Slayer's ending is, you know, a bunch of ancestors of Tanjiro, Nezuko, and a bunch of other characters living in modern times. I think that's what they could do in one of them. It won't be, I don't know how people are going to react to it, but it's an ending that could happen that could complete these three ending theory that people have, and it's kind of a good one. I kind of like it. I kind of like having an open end and decide of what you want theory. Although I do like the manga ending a lot. I think having three separate endings and just, you know, choose A, B, or C as your ending is kind of nice. It kind of has like your choose your own adventure vibe, but it's mostly the same adventure the whole way through, which is pretty cool. I kind of like that. And there's a thread right here. This thread right here that kind of helps it a bit. It's a big thread of just so many things where it shows that, you know, we can have three different endings. Absolutely 100%. But who knows? Who knows? We're gonna make this first series a little shorter because I kind of didn't have as much as I really thought I did. But it makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of things for the time loop that makes sense. There's a lot of things for the three endings that make sense, and one that would end in the, I'm gonna call it Attack on High School spin-off series. Because even in the manga, when Zeke sees a lot of Eren's memories, he sees Goth, Mikasa, and Nerd Armin in Two Brothers. When he sees Eren's memories, we get a glimpse of Goth, Mikasa, and Nerd Eren, and I'm thinking that could be the real Eren or the descendant Eren's memories, and he is seeing those because we did see that Eren can pass on memories to past Titans, so they can technically see the future. So anytime that happens, Eren or Zeke, they are all seeing the past and the future at the same time, so that could be the reason he's seeing Goth, Mikasa, and Armin. And I'm kind of excited to see what we get. We're gonna get episode 79 soon. I think I'm putting this up today on the 29th. We're getting episode 79 soon. We have, what is it, 7 to 8 more episodes left. Super exciting. I kind of really want the manga ending, mostly as a troll, because I know people didn't like it, but I really enjoyed it. And if he just sticks with that ending, I'm completely fine. It's a great series, goated series in my book. But if they change the ending, that's fine with me too. I'm kind of ready for anything. I'm just super excited to see how they handle this, and I mostly want to see everything animated. Everything looks so good. Everything looks so good. But let me know your guys' theories, or what theories you agree with or disagree with, in the comments below. If you guys did enjoy this video, you guys want to see more of this, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.